What do you think of the Civic Centre? Do you like its appearance?
I don't like it very much.
And it was the best thing since sliced bread when it was open.
It spoils the skyline.
Knock it down.
It's pretty ugly.
I think it could be some sort of business.
It's a bit ugly, really.
It's a piece of crap, basically.
Tatty. It's a piece of shit.
Particularly like that bit where it's on those pillars.
Yeah, really cool place.
We think that the Civic Centre is ugly.
I thought it looked very tiny, actually.
No, it's not.
Very compact.
No, it's
Well
ugly.
designed.
Ugly.
Very practical.
It's too old. It's crumbling anyway.
It's well past its time.
It's absolutely hideous. I think that there's a lot of other buildings in the city.
One takes a blind bit of notice of because somehow they were always there. But they're unique, they're extraordinary.
Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's been there a long time, why not leave it there? It's still very functional.
Whereas Plymouth, the reaction is entirely the opposite. Let's knock it down, let's realise the asset, whatever that may be, and move on and build another civic centre.
Hi, my name's Dave Hunter. I think this building, personally, is outdated. It needs knocking down, basically. It's way out of date, and it's a load of bollocks, excuse my French. It's all the French, Hunter.
Right, my name's Butterbean, and I think this building is a pile of shit.
Golly.
It's very typical of its time, which is why I think it's important. I think it's alright. Inside, it's run down, it's unpleasant to work in, it's a horrible environment to work in. Illnesses go round and round in there.
It's quite nice inside. I like it inside.
Oh yeah, this building's like, it looks tight anyway, doesn't it? It's horrible. I mean, it's an eyesore, but like, if we tore it down, we'd probably mess up where we skate and all that.
It's a bit of a monstrosity. Yeah, it's not very attractive. It does fit in with a lot of the architecture around here.
I guess that you want me to start with the 1940s.
Not really, because the history of Plymouth got bombed in the Second World War, so there is no architectural history to Plymouth. I think it should be knocked down, and I think it should be moved along with the times.
So I fear for Plymouth. I suspect that in 10, 15 years' time, most of that 1950s heritage won't exist. It'll only exist in black and white photographs in the record office, which I think is a terrible pity.
It's quite scary. It's a little bit like something from Life on Mars.
Well, the building itself badly designed, untidy and scruffy.
Absolutely.
And well, besides that, from what I've heard, it's in bad state of repair.
Absolutely.
Needs demolishing.
But no one really understands that.
Well, I think it's a bit old and it's getting a bit older, aren't it?
It's a beautiful building and it suits Plymouth very much. It would be very missed. I couldn't imagine without it. Absolutely out of question.
Outcry. How shocking that other people, English heritage, foreign people, people from London, even worse, actually dare to tell us that we have a building which is worthy of preservation.
Yeah, I like the bit at the top where it's just like got two bits, like, and I like the windows.
But that building must stay.
It's still a bit empty.
It's in the right place and looks beautiful.
Foreign people.
Basically, I reckon it should get knocked down. If someone gets me one of them swinging arm things, I'll knock it down myself.
Right.
I think the building is decrepit, and although it's a 60s building and holds that sort of 60s feel of the city.
It's 60s style, needs knocking down and rebuilt in place, to be honest.
If it had a bit of a sandblast and cleaned up, it might look a bit better.
It could do with modernising, obviously, but so can an awful lot of other buildings in the city. We're not going to pull them all down just because they need modernising.
I think personally it should be pulled down and changed in some way. It looks really drab and dreary and
not in keeping with a modern city in my opinion.
You could sort of abbreviate that.
Hard as shit.
Personally, I don't really like it. It's not in keeping with the city.
It's alright. It's a bit too tall and ugly, but the area around it's quite good for skating.
I was thinking in general it could be better, like a nice big glass building or something more interesting, more modern, would look a lot better and a lot more in keeping really with the new structures in Plymouth.
Yeah, I think they should update it a bit, but not too much.
I think it's spoiling the new image of Plymouth. It's like the old Plymouth instead of the new, exciting, vibrant Plymouth.
People never look at what they've got, and they certainly never value what they've got.
Well, I think that's the same just now. I think it's it does look like a bit of a nicer, especially given that the city's trying to develop and knock down some of the older buildings and replace them with kind of more appropriate newer ones.
Yeah, let's go. Go on, go on. Everyone's opinion on the Civic Centre then.
Right, as a load of bollocks, stop swearing.
Knock it down.
They're all fools.
The Civic Centre building, in my opinion, is a little bit boring and at its best days. And it would be nice to have something a bit more interesting and modern and exciting up there.
Because it's too industrial.
It should be moved forward. I mean, there is a lot more cheaper and lightweight building equipment they could use in this day and age. That building's got concrete cancer.
Golly.
Instead of just treating the cancer that it's got, you might as well just knock it down, rip it out. I mean, I live in Ivybridge.
And no one knows where that is anyway.
They've just built a new community centre there. It's took them 3 weeks to knock up a brand new community centre. It wouldn't take them that long to say that building's ugly, it's horrible, and it's in the wrong place of town anyway. I mean, at the end of the day, Plymouth is an up and coming city because it got flattened in the world, in a war. The world looks at Plymouth and it doesn't see, great architecture or anything else. All it sees is a seaside town and a seaside resort, so they should just move forward with the times.
Final verdict, knock it down.
I prefer to knock it down. Give it what the city needs and what the city wants. It's a better looking building.
We must knock it down immediately.
Knock it down myself.
But no one in Plymouth really understands that.
I don't know, I mean that's tricky, isn't it? I don't know, I mean, I'm not sure.
Alright, all the best.
Yeah, it's oh my god. Well, they need somewhere to do their work, I guess. Is this kind of alright?
Elsewhere? Shit.